Welcome back, guys. Today's video is going to be covering Coulomb's law. Now, Coulomb's law tells us why a positively charged species is attracted to a negatively charged species. So we know that these two things are attracted to each other, but Coulomb's law can actually tell us the energy associated with that positively charged thing coming together with that negatively charged thing. So Coulomb's law says that E Coulomb, right, the energy associated with this process is equal to K, which is a constant, 231 attajoules times picometers. So attajoules, we know that 1 attajoule is equal to 1 times 10 to the negative 18 joules, and joules are the unit for energy. And picometers, right, 1 picometer is 1 times 10 to the negative 12 meters, right? So K is our constant, and it's 231 attajoules times picometers. So once we have K, we multiply that by the charge of the first species, multiply it again by the charge of the second species, right? So Q1 and Q2 represent the two charges that we're dealing with, whether it be +1, -1, +2, and so on and so forth, right? So that's the numerator. In the denominator, we're actually going to add up the radii of the two species that we're dealing with. Now, if we look over here at sodium plus and chlorine minus, well, we can see the radius is labeled in each of these two ions, right? So that's what we're going to do here. We're actually going to add up the two radii for the things that we're working with, right, and put that in our denominator. So with Coulomb's law, we can measure the energy associated with a positively charged thing coming together with a negatively charged thing, and let's see that come into action with this practice problem. So calculate E Coulomb for Na plus and Cl minus, right? So we know that a positively charged thing, sodium plus, is going to be attracted to this negatively charged thing, Cl minus. So let's write E Coulomb for this process. So E Coulomb is going to be equal to K, right, which is 231 attajoules times picometers, right? Now the charge of the first thing is sodium plus, that's a +1 charge. The charge of the second thing is chlorine minus, right? That's a -1 charge. In the denominator, what we want to do is we want to measure the distance between, the center of these two things, right? And we do that by adding up the radii of these two things, right? So the radius of sodium plus is 102 picometers, right? So 102 picometers, right? We want to keep that in picometers because our K constant is in picometers, plus our 181 picometers. Okay, so we want to multiply this out. We're actually going to get negative 231 in the numerator, and we're actually going to divide this by 283. That's what we get when we add up those two radii. And we get our answer. This should be equal to negative 0.816 attajoules, right? And we know that 1 attajoule is equal to 1 times 10 to the negative 18 joules, right? So Coulomb's law, it tells us this process of a positively charged thing coming together with a negatively charged thing, right? And we can actually measure the energy associated with these two things coming together with this formula, the constant, right, the two charges, and add up the radii in the denominator. Hopefully this video was helpful, and make sure to check out more videos on the channel.